Now, Vicky, you've had some life, by the way. You've lived some fucking life, haven't you?
Is that your way of saying a rough paper
No,
round?
you've just lived some life. I'm like, fucking hell, she did that as well.
I've been busy.
You have
I
been
like
busy.
To think. Bless you. I can't believe-
What originally made you go on Geordie show? My wife. So normally, if I come on a podcast, I just shoot the shit, right? But my wife, she gets a bit nervous for things. Like she's mean. She basically runs my business, right?
Okay.
And she always has me prepare for things. So I've got this big gig tomorrow with Stephen Bartlett, right?
Sure.
So
I love Stephen Bartlett
he's class,
too.
He's class.
Really
So
nice guy.
I'm okay on the stage. I could just go on and blag it. She's like, you have to rehearse. She had me doing some research for this, right? She was like, do some research for Vicky. Normally I never bother. And I was like, fucking hell, Vicky, you've had some life, by the way. You've lived some fucking life, haven't you?
Is that your way of saying a rough paper
No,
round?
you've just lived some life. I'm like, fucking hell, she did that as well.
I've been busy.
You have
I
been
like
busy.
To think. Bless you. I can't believe-
What originally made you go on Geordie show?
So honestly, I was.
Don't tell us you wanted to get paid for getting pissed.
No. I mean that.
I mean, you did.
I did definitely, and that's not to say that isn't like, especially in your early 20s. I'm pretty sure
Mint.
that's like good enough reason,
Mint.
right? But no, I I'd graduated uni the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd gone to Liverpool, and like I was so full of these grand ideas. Like everybody goes off to uni, don't they? And they think like, I mean, for the most part, I think we think this is going to be it, and we're going to be really grown up, and then we're going to fall into this amazing career. And actually, it wasn't the case for me. The year I graduated, there was 300,000 graduates graduated.
And what did you graduate in?
Drama, media and cultural studies.
Oh,
So
shit.
not exactly what you'd consider vocational, you know.
Aye.
I wasn't like a teacher in training. I was very much like floundering.
Yeah.
But there was only 30,000 graduate jobs. So it left so many of were at such a loss. And I was like, I moved back up home because I was skint. I fell back into destructive habits, going out, drinking all the time, even going out with ex-boyfriends who I knew were fucking knobs, you know? Like I did all the worst things.
Aye.
And that's how I met like the producers from Geordie Show.
Oh, okay.
They would go out on a night out. And they would sort of like scout around for who looked like a bit of a character. And
So
because
Chalmers was a topless butler or something, wasn't he?
Oh, I'm
topless.
I can't
He was like a
remember.
topless fucking. He was,
Was
aye.
he?
He was like a topless barman or something, aye.
That doesn't surprise us. I think a lot of the people that they found were just, you know, big characters in town. But I ran all the VIP rooms. So they would come to me and say like, oh, what's he like? Or what's she like? And I'd be like, well.
Like top and that.
Exactly, yeah. I didn't do Tup. My friend did Tup. I did Tiger, the White
Fucking
Room.
hell,
Yeah.
shit.
That's going back, isn't
That
it?
is going back, fucking hell.
I always feel so old when I talk about this. But yeah, I did there. I did Coo's Day, Madame Coo's.
Aye, shit.
Oh, I did a couple and I loved it.
Aye.
But yeah, that's how I got to know the producers from that. And honestly, Paul, it's just as simple as I had nothing else and I wanted something else.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be excited and ambitious and driven like that girl who went away to uni thinking like a whole world was our lobster. Is it oyster?
Oyster. But having lobster. Ramsey would love that, by the way. He would love that, wouldn't he? Yeah, I was having Vicky Pattison, the world's a lobster. You know what's mad? I just had a lobster sandwich over
Did
the road.
you?
Oh,
You
didn't get
tell
them.
me, I
Mate,
fucking
you didn't
changed.
get lobster
You
sandwiches. It was on a brioche roll as well.
You're a big fanny. You're a big southern fanny. So no, I just wanted to do something that got me excited again and made me feel all of those amazing things I'd felt when I was like at uni. I was probably really naive and didn't think about the process much. And, you know, these people had seen me like drinking and shouting and like arguing in bars and stuff. And I probably should have thought, oh God, what version of me are they after here?
Yeah.
But I just, in your early 20s, you're super naive.
You guys got a lot of shit when you first started that show, though, right?
Yeah.
I remember Sophie. So I know Sophie as well.
Another
And
lovely
Sophie was
girl.
she was on the front page of the fucking Gazette for having a shit on she shit herself on like the first episode or something in it. So
I can't even remember.
I can remember all that media bullshit.
Yeah.
But actually, there wasn't any Instagram on that. It was that long ago. Fuck me.
Yeah, so it was. I remember them MTV sort of telling us to start with Twitter, and then a couple of years later telling them to start with Instagram. But I still had a BlackBerry, so it wasn't even
shit.
available for Instagram on
Oh
there. So
my
I was.
God.
I know I was really late to social media.
Yeah.
Probably subconsciously knew I had real potential to be obsessed with it, like
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But no, like it was a difficult process. We
You get a bit of training in that, though, innit?
You do. You get a little bit of media training. Like having been in the industry now sort of like 12, 13 years, like I actually don't think it's adequate.
Yeah.
It's some journalists, I think people are a lot nicer now, but it's...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually do believe there's far more focus on mental health, duty of care.
Yeah.
There have been far too many tragedies for people not to be more sensitive. People are being held accountable, you know. So I do think they can still be pretty ruthless, but predominantly I think things have gone in the right direction.
Yeah. So when it comes to media training, though, it's kind of like, are you told what to say?
No.
Rather than, oh, really?
So you are basically, is that, if my memory serves us correct, Paul, we like all got taken down to London, which was always dead exciting. They put in a Holiday Inn. Where did they put? Holiday Inn in Camden Lock.
Aye.
And we were always really excited. The boys would always go out and the girls would always stay in, wondering what they were doing. And we basically had, you remember 3 a.m. girls? The 3 a.m. girls from the paper who were like the show busy ones. We had a couple of them come in and just say like, what do you do if someone says this? And how do you respond to that? And it was like being back at school for a little bit, but it was only half a day, you know.
Yeah.
And like, some of the lasses were really young. Like, I did think it was...
How old were you when you went on there?
22.
22. That's still young though, isn't it?
You know...
To be exposed to that level of...
Yeah, but you know, I thought I was so grown up.
Did you?
I'd been to uni. I'd
lived away from home.
I'd done a season in Magaluf. Excuse me,
really?
I was cosmopolitan. No, I was terrible. So wet behind the ears and so innocent and young, but thought I had it all fucking figured out. It's that dangerous combination, isn't it?
And what was after Geordie Shaw then? Was I a celebrity after that?
So after Geordie Shaw, I
you did the X on the beach and that, right?
Oh yeah, so that was kind of they were in conjunction.
Was it?
I was doing Geordie Shaw and X on the Beach at the same time. And then I left Geordie Shaw and was given my own show called Judge Geordie.
Shit, I remember that.
Do you remember? Well, probably one of the only ones. I don't know who else fucking watched it.
I remember it. Shit.
I loved it and I thought it was a great show. Yeah. And it was so lovely to actually almost cut my teeth in a
on your own?
Yeah, a bit more of a presenting role.
Yeah.
And then the jungle happened really soon.
Was the jungle thing that, would you say, was that life-changing for you, that?
Yeah.
Really life-changing?
Absolutely. Like the jungle was pivotal for me in so many ways. Like people had real preconceived notions about Geordie Shaw and in particular me, what I was like, the limitations on my career, what I'd probably be capable of. Yeah. And I sort of went into the jungle with the idea that I was going to show the real me and change people's minds and make me mum proud. That was always a big thing. Mine and me mum's relationship really struggled when I was in Geordie Shaw.
Did it?
Yeah, she just didn't recognise the person on TV, and I completely understand that. You know, she'd brought up this like quite kind, very like bright, compassionate like daughter, and then to say I just like fucking
pissed on TV,
swearing, throwing like drinks around and everything. It must have felt.
I love
really
the fact
alien.
You said throwing because the old Vicky Pattison would have said hoying.
Do you know what? That's actually
that
actually scary because it didn't even come in my mind.
Did it not?
No, the other one it was going to be chucking.
Chucking? Wow. I mean, chucking's like the next. That's level 2, isn't it? I say
slightly better. So yeah, I think it was. I had loads of goals going in the jungle, but predominantly the main one was to just be myself
and eat a kangaroo's cock.
Oh yeah, I wanted all the bits in my mouth.
I look at that, right, and I'm like, do you know what? That would be fine with me, like eating all that.
I've had far worse things in my mouth. Far worse things, mate. Fucking far worse things. Everyone's in my ex-boyfriends. No, I didn't do an awful lot of the eating trials, to be fair. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Fern really got the raw end of the deal with those ones, Paul. Yeah, I think Live Spider was her like final trial.
See,
yeah.
I'd eat that for. I'd eat that just to freak the kids out. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I
want to be I'd be kids that here, man. And then the kids, and then the mates would come out. Dad, eat that. Go on, eat that in front of him, Dad. Go on.
No, honestly.
2 years ago, I had these false teeth, right? And the kids would love it when I took them out. Say, Dad, go and give it to him. Give him your false teeth. And like, it was metal. So, what did you learn about yourself then in the jungle?
So the jungle's an amazing experience, and if anyone ever gets the chance to do it, like I absolutely can't recommend it enough. It's testing in a way that I didn't anticipate it being. So you are without the certain like outside stimulus. You know, I'm one of these people who needs white noise, so I need to have the TV on. I need to know there's a magazine or a book. I need to know where my phone is. I need to know that I will never be alone with the thoughts in my head for very long, and that's who I am. And I've worked on loads of different things over the years to try and calm me, and like quite loud inner critic, but like white noise is just the big help.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just completely devoid of that. It's silence. You're alone with your own thoughts for the most time. And even though I struggled with it initially, like it forced us to face a load of demons, you know?
Yeah.
And I cried in there loads. I made friends with people who openly said to us, like, I think it was Susanna Constantine. She was like, you know, when you first came in here, it would have been my idea of a nightmare if my daughter was anything like you.
Oh, shit.
She says, that's what I thought you were. And she went, now I'd be so proud if she grew up like you.
Oh, shit.